Good evening. Good evening, good morning. This is Funton Daniel speaking here from the great state of Texas. I am speaking about a breaking news. This is Abdul Karim. There is indications that he was picked up by the military of the neighboring country, La Republic du Cameroon, and it's very absolutely devastating. And this is a continual military atrocity against the citizens of southern Cameroon that are trying to express their concern about this relationship that exists. You know, there has never been any coherent relationship between the neighboring country, La Republic du Cameroon, and the people of southern Cameroon. And this has come to a point where the people of Southern Cameroon are questioning the relationship that we do exist between the people of Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, and the neighboring country, La Republic du Cameroon. And therefore, I am calling on the United States government, I'm calling on the U.S. Department of Defense, I am calling on the U.S. Congress, I'm calling on Karen Bass, I am calling on the U.S. Senate, and I am calling on the State Department and the U.S. Undersecretary for African Affairs. I know I will be personally writing an email or to these officials. I am bringing this attention and including the U.S. Embassy in Cameroon. This is the continuous atrocity against the citizens of Southern Cameroon. Remember that we never had any meaningful relationship with La Republique du Cameroon, and our citizens, our brothers, have been persecuted by the military of this neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroon. And now, in the days ahead, we will bring a strategic and dynamic policy that we're going to respond drastically, promptly, and immediately, and objectively. So therefore, I am also bringing this attention to the Southern Cameroon elsewhere in the diaspora and where they are, that our brother, the Muslim scholar Abdul Karim was adopted, and we know that he is in SED in Yaoundé, the Gendarmerie, the one that the State Department outlawed several weeks ago or a month ago, which the U.S. State Department outlawed, and including the directorate. So I am still bringing this. I'm going to be following within the State Department and U.S. Department of Defense. This is absolutely uncalled for, and this is absolutely a devastating. And there is what is so-called the dialogue in which they claim that they are organizing. Why will them with the prime minister, who is happened to be an anglophone, will sit on behalf of La Republique to discuss about issues affecting Southern Cameroon? He ought to be sitting at a table where the anglophone are sitting if there is actually a true dialogue. The prime minister, who is the head of government of La Republique, is a citizen of Southern Cameroon. And therefore, if there was any negotiations, frankly, he ought to be sitting on the table, not on the table of La Republique, to debate the relationship between our people, Southern Cameroon, and the neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroon. He shouldn't be the person sitting on to negotiation. They both has to sit on opposite identical table to discuss the issues, whether there is a meaningful relationship that should exist between the people of Southern Cameroon and the neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroon. And so therefore, our brothers and sisters have find it difficult that are being persecuted, adopted and arrested and tortured at will, because they are forcing us. We should be able to determine whether do we really need the wedding to take place or not, without being superimposed a wedding which we don't really actually, in circumstances, accept any such a wedding. So therefore, I am bringing this attention to the United Nations. I am bringing it to the U.S., to the British government, to the German embassy, and the German government, that we will respond appropriately in this regard. He shouldn't be adopted. Everybody should have the free and liberty to speak their mind in this situation that we think we don't supposed to have any relationship in common with La Republique du Cameroon. So therefore, I am calling on La Republique within 24 hours on unconditionally release Abdul Karim wherever he is immediately. Otherwise, they're going to face the moral consequence of the people of Southern Cameroon and all the international community. I urge La Republique to take this. It's not the case where they have Ayuk Tabe and placed in jail till now and nothing has happened. I urge La Republique to immediately take this as a serious warning and respect this as I am about to follow up immediately. And I ask La Republique to respect their self, and because destruction will occur at anywhere and any place wherever La Republique installation is found. So I urge La Republique to respect these messages and to take it carefully. And this is not at the moment they should any attempt to tamper with the people of Southern Cameroon in elsewhere in the neighboring country or elsewhere wherever they are. So I will be coming with another follow-up response, and I wish all of us let's take a calm and take a closer look and take a strategic and prompt response to La Republique du Cameroon. We cannot sit and find all these amusing, but it is very terrifying. And the one thing that I want to extend again to add in addition is that you remember that October 1st is our Independence Day celebrations throughout the national territory, including La Republique, wherever you are in Southern Cameroon and elsewhere in the diaspora. October 1st is our Independence Day that we must celebrate. There is one thing, if you notice on the La Republique document, it's indicate, if you have been reading it carefully, it says the President of the Republic. We don't know which President of the Republic. There is nothing, whether it's Cameroon or nothing. So if you have been reading through the invitation, you must have noticed that there is the President of the Republic. We don't know which President of the Republic on that invitation that has been dispatched to several key Southern Cameroon officials. So therefore, we must celebrate October 1st as our Independence Day, and we must take this as a gracious, and we must respond to La Republique aggressively, promptly, and objectively, and trash the effigy of La Republique that may be found in any territory of Southern Cameroon. This is Funton Daniel speaking this morning from the great state of Texas here in the United States in response to Abdul Karim's abduction by the neighboring country La Republique military, which is currently in Yaoundé Gendarmerie headquarters, which has been outlawed by the United States Department of State. Thank you again. Wish you all a wonderful day. Funton Daniel.